The fuck is wrong with you? It's getting clipped.
Why would you clip it?
Hey, you guys. I'm Tuesday. This is my wife, Wavy.
So that's how you feel? You're not even gonna let me say my normal? You're not gonna let me tell the people about the channel or nothing?
Go ahead. Tell them about the channel.
Welcome back to the channel, fam. What's good, everybody? This is Wifey and Wifey. I don't know what else to say. She threw my whole vibe off right now. I also just need to get a good specific intro because we don't do the same shit every time. My mind is blown. I don't know. Anyway, you already know who we are. It don't even matter. Like, comment, and subscribe on this video. Now I'm hyped for no reason.
You need to, take a lap or something?
Nah, man. I'm good. My toes is cold anyway. Maybe it'll warm them up a little bit.
We're here to record a podcast. Hopefully you're having a good day. I'm having a good day.
She don't care about how my day is. Can't even be myself. Get your arm off of me, man. Up off me, man.
Have you ever just...
I don't even know what you about to say, but... Put the blanket on my toes.
If you have, comment down below.
I'm the wife with the cold feet. Did you guys know that?
She's the cold feet. She's the cold wife.
I am.
We all got one.
Anyway, as she stated, we're here to make a podcast. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe on this video because we love you guys and we want to talk to you. We want to interact with you. We want to be peoples with you.
Are you our friends? You want to be friends? You want to be best friends? We can be best friends.
We ain't got to be best friends, but friends would be nice. Associates, online cousins, like something. Y'all.
You can sit with us.
Come on, But we wear pink on Wednesdays, so get it right. Not right now though, because I'm at home. But you know what I'm talking about.
You know exactly what we're talking about.
Sweatpants.
And if you don't know what we're talking about, you need to leave.
Sweatpants once a week.
That's it.
Once a week.
Once. That's it.
Anyway. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another wonderific day. Can y'all tell I watched a little Einsteins with the Wifey and Wifey? I am Wavy, and this is Baby. Say hello.
Hello, everyone. I am Tuesday. Welcome to the Wifey and Wifey podcast. Me and my wife, we get on here, we talk about life, relationships, love, bullshit, all the things in between, up, under, and behind. Today we have an interesting topic, but before we get there, remember you can watch our beautiful faces on YouTube or stream us on streaming places.
Anywhere you get your podcast. Or maybe not. Maybe I'm a liar. Maybe Anchor's a liar. Who knows? Anyway, how was you, babe? How are you?
I'm doing good. I've been working on a little booky book, per usual, and I finished the outline like an hour ago.
Fan-fucking-tastic, babe.
So we got another banger. If you've never read my stuff, I'm Tuesday Harper on Amazon. And if you like books on the spicier side, maybe want to grab a glass of wine and your bunny rabbit, if you know what I'm talking about.
Homie writes urban fiction.
I write.
She also writes lesbian erotica. It's not.
I no longer write urban fiction.
She used to.
I used to.
You have urban fiction books.
Do. When?
And my cousin's waiting on it, so you should.
Your mom just asked me about that.
I mean, the book is done. You can just send it to me.
I don't know where it is.
I have a copy of it in my email.
Yeah, so.
Anyway, y'all.
I write erotic lesbian romances, so if you're into that type of thing.
And they're good.
They are good.
They're good guys.
But they are nasty, okay?
And also, the grammar's on point because she has an editor. Even though I'm not a real editor and I don't have no deadlines and I get the shit to it when I get the shit to it. But it's always right. And
I
the
pay
reader
her in
will
sexual
appreciate,
favors, so if the favors ain't coming, the book's not good.
And my sexual favors are built up. I have quite a few that I need to cash in. But it's cool.
We might need to make this episode short. Come on, let's get it. How are you today? Okay, that's great. So now the topic.
Damn, y'all, I can't even tell y'all how I am.
She's fine.
I guess I'm fine. So today's topic is basically, do marriages really doom your relationship? And why do people feel like they do, even though that shit's obviously not true, because there are plenty of happily married people in this world.
Are there plenty?
I'm happily married.
I really don't know that many happily married couples like us. If you're happily married,
be my friend. Because obviously we need more couple friends, y'all. Like, no lie, and trust me, you guys can be hetero or non-hetero.
Yeah, as long as you
poly,
be vibing.
Whatever you vibe with, I vibe with it. I just need
y'all are cool.
Other people that don't have single people issues that I can just go out with, have a good time.
And not like the couples who are going to be arguing while we still got breadsticks on the table. Like, at least wait.
I don't want to argue at all. No, like, I want to go out and have a good time. If you are in a happy relationship and you are in the DFW area and you just so happen to find us on the internet somewhere, hit your girls up on Instagram at Wifey, the letter N, Wifey, because we hurting out here.
Yeah. It's a struggle.
For a couple friends, alright?
I think most couples struggle with that. That's a whole other thing, though.
Anyways, back to the topic at hand. Back to the shits we talking about today. Do y'all feel like that?
Like marriage dooms a relationship.
I mean,
like as soon as you get married,
do y'all feel like that?
That starts the countdown for the ruin of your love life.
Cause I mean, like, you see a lot of the times in like movie and on like, you know, like reality TV, like people be like, I would never get married. I see my parents get married and their relationship just went downhill and this and that and blah blah. Like the piece of paper did it. Like a piece of paper ruined a whole ass relationship.
Was it the piece of paper or was it the county registrar? I'm looking at you, Steve.
Okay.
But I think it's funny.
I don't know, Steve.
I think it's funny you say that. Like, that's a lot of people's excuse. Like, once my parents had an awful marriage and that I would never want to go through that. And we talked about this a little bit before we started recording, that it's like almost like a self-fulfilling prophecy. You have these bad negative connotations to marriage, so once you get married, all you see is the negative things still.
And I also feel like people put too much weight on a marriage and not enough weight on the relationship itself.
Yeah.
Because was it a bad marriage or was it a bad relationship? You know, marriage is just a word.
Yeah.
It's just a thing that people do.
It's a social construct.
At this point, it really don't even get you no shit that you can't get not being married. You know what I'm saying? Like, not being funny. What? I could have you on my insurance? Get your own insurance. You grown. You know? Like, you know what I'm saying. Like,
girl, I ain't got no job. What insurance?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying, though. Like, marriage doesn't afford you that much. You know, back in the day, like, people had to get married because women wasn't working or whatever. Like, and you went from your parents and you was getting taken care of by your man after your parents. And then as time progressed, like, it was just like this social thing where, like, if you weren't married by a certain age, other women would think you were a harlot. At this point, anybody can get married, at least in the U.S. You know what I mean? Anybody can get married to whom they want to marry for whatever reasons they want to be married.
Yeah.
But marriage isn't that big a deal. It's the relationship. What is your relationship like with this person? How deep is your love? How deep is your love? How deep is the bond that you've created? What is y'all's communication like? And if those things are A1 before the piece of paper, then why would the piece of paper change that?
Yeah. I think what it is, so getting married and having a baby is like the Hail Mary that people use. It's, fourth quarter, couple seconds left. You're about to lose your relationship, so get married, have a baby. Those are the two roads that people choose.
And then let the baby keep you trapped in the relationship you didn't want to be in for the next 18 years.
Or you're married and now you realize like maybe that was not a good idea.
Because I don't really like this person.
But people wanting to hold on to things that maybe are not great, they will rush into marriage thinking that will change it to make it magically better. But if you put lipstick on a pig, it is still a motherfucking pig.
Facts.
You can't just be like, we're married now. All those problems in the past. No longer a cheater, no longer a liar, no longer this, that, and the third, no longer leaving his socks by the front door. All those things are still true. And now you are legally tied to them. So yeah, it feels like marriage doomed it. It was already doomed.
And I also think that people don't. Granted, marriage isn't this big deal, but if you're gonna do it, be serious about it. I think a lot of people have this idea that like, I could just get divorced if I don't like them. I could just get divorced if it don't work out. Why would you put yourself through a divorce?
Yeah.
Like, why would you do that? Like divorces can be messy, you know what I mean? So why even have that thing like, I have some doubts in my mind about whether this is the right person, but we've already put the deposit down, so I'm going to get married, and if it doesn't work out, we could just get divorced. You know how dumb you sound? You know how stupid that is? It's stupid. Don't do that. I don't know. I see just a lot of influencers and people on the internet that talk about like not needing to get married and but marriage isn't the doom of your relationship. You are the doom of your relationship. Like, it's you.
Yeah.
It's you and it's them. What are y'all doing?
Yeah. Building on a cracked foundation, your house is going to fall down. I'm just shooting the metaphors to y'all until somebody gets it.
And it's like, even outside of like, let's say that everything about your relationship is quote unquote perfect, right? Let's say that y'all are perfect for each other and everybody thinks y'all's relationship is fantastic and y'all say all the right things and do all the right things. Like, if it doesn't feel right, don't do it. Because plenty of stuff is perfect on paper. They have whole TV shows about it nowadays. Married at First Sight, anyone?
Yeah.
These people are perfect for each other on paper, but that's not real life. Sometimes the cheerleader doesn't end up with the quarterback, y'all. That's just not real life.
She ends up with the other cheerleader. Yeah.
You are super gay. And it's so cute.
But I'm a cheerleader.
I was gonna say that she ends up with the nerd, the theater nerd, but whatever.
Who's a chick? Do you think there comes like an added pressure to like when you get married, or do people like feel this added pressure to? I don't even know, because I didn't really feel that. It was like one day we weren't married, and then one day we were married. It's kind of how it went for us.
I agree. I feel like people put pressure on themselves.
Yeah.
they feel like once they get married, they need to be somebody and something else.
Yeah.
And if the person that you're with is not okay with the something or somebody you are right now, why would you marry them?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think that people have this idea of what a wife, spouse, partner, husband
It's supposed to
should
be.
look like
Mm-hmm.
for themselves, right? Because a lot of the times they're the ones putting pressure on themselves. Not all the time, but sometimes they are. Like, oh man, once we get married, I gotta, get on my game. I gotta
make
take
this
care
money.
of this family.
I gotta build this house.
Do this.
She want babies.
That.
It's not.
And this ain't that. Like,
Yeah.
if you are okay with that person now, like, why wouldn't you be okay with them after the wedding?
Yeah.
I had to tell a friend that, like, that's who he was when you met him.
Yeah.
When you met him.
And you were fine with it.
It was all gravy.
When you walk down that aisle, girl.
And then all of a sudden, after the fact, he needs to be something more. And that's just not fair. Because if that's not what you were looking for, why was it okay while you guys had not said nuptials? Mm-hmm. You cannot tell somebody to be something new and just expect that a flip is switched and it's done.
Yeah.
That's not real life. Even if that person decided, like, okay, this is what my person wants me to be and I'll be it, change takes time. Like, evolution takes time. So
yeah, and I think that's,
I don't know. I'm not big on ultimatums anyway,
even for the person who's putting the pressure on themselves and just feels like, okay, I'm married now. I have a wife or a partner, husband, whatever, to care for, and I want to give them the best life and the biggest house. Don't let your ambition and your desire for a better future get in the way of your present. Yeah, because you will not get to that happily ever after if you're an uptight asshole who never comes home from work on time, like in the present. You know what I mean? Like, that's just an example.
Yeah. It, like, have y'all I know there's like a bunch of fan fiction around, like crazy Disney shit or whatever, but y'all have seen the movie Up, right? And it's like they put these coins in a jar to go to Paris or wherever the fuck they supposed to be going. I can't remember. Mm-hmm. They whole fucking relationship, Yeah. And like, that's like not maybe the best example, but you know what I'm saying? Like, they focus on this one thing and like they loved each other or whatever, like, but y'all never reached the goal. What's the goal? Like, the goal is to be together and be in love, right? Mm-hmm. And okay, cool. Y'all went to Paris, but like, what did you sacrifice? Right? Yeah. What did you sacrifice about your relationship to get there? And are y'all gonna still be together in 2 years? So don't ever sacrifice the happiness of your actual relationship for
the
goals.
Idea goals.
Or the ideal of something better. Because like, if you think that y'all aren't better right now, then maybe this isn't where you need to be. And I don't mean that you guys can't improve or like make your life better and like reach for success, but never forget about where your core is. Like, you still got to be there doing stuff for somebody. Like, a lot of the times people feel like they get married and like, I'm married now, so it's cool. Like, I ain't got to do none of that shit I was doing in the past. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, and that's like the opposite of like the pressure people feel, right? You get too comfortable and you're no longer doing the things that won your spouse over in the first place. So they're like, they almost feel cheated. And I know that's a lot of the case as well.
Yeah, there's that sound floating around on like all of social media where she's like, I want you to buy me flowers, but I want you to buy me flowers because you want to buy me flowers. I don't want you to buy me flowers because I told you that I wanted you to buy me flowers. Amen. You know what I mean? Like,
amen.
You should just want to do nice things for the person that you love because you love them.
Yeah.
Even if it's small things, like, to them, that could be big, And we've talked on this podcast before about love languages. Like, you should know your person.
Yeah.
What do they like? What do they appreciate? Do that. If they like acts of service, like, fucking wash the dishes, man. Like, if they like gifts, like, it ain't gotta be something huge. Fucking go to Walmart.
Yeah.
Get a gift bag for $1 and you could put all their favorite shit in there and maybe spend less than 15-20 bucks, but you thought about them. They came up on your mind throughout the day and you were like, man, I'm gonna do something nice for the person I loved because they appreciate it. They deserve it. You know what I'm saying?
Something that just makes me feel like so special inside that's just so simple is like if she goes somewhere or she's out and about and she comes back and she'll be like, hey, I bought you like your favorite soda or your favorite candy or saw this. And it can be something like just that trivial. It'd be like, here's a Snickers almonds. I saw it and I thought of you. And it's just so sweet. But like, that's a tangent.
I mean, not really though.
But
because
it's the same
in
thing.
my mind, I didn't put any effort into that.
Yeah.
I mean, I did, but I didn't. You know what I mean? Like, if I'm at the grocery store and I'm getting myself something anyway,
yeah,
why wouldn't I be like, oh man, babe loves these. Let me grab this.
Yeah.
When I walk right by it.
Yeah.
You know, and to a lot of people, it's like, well, I don't even be thinking about, well, why not? Like, if the person that you say you want to spend the rest of your life with,
you don't be thinking about it.
They don't cross your mind throughout the day. Like, what's up? Like, what's going on?
I have a question for you. We've been married several years, so we're qualified to answer this. Do you think the first year of marriage is particularly harder than the other ones? Or why do you think people feel that way?
I personally feel like a lot of people think the first year of marriage is harder because a lot of the issues that they should have worked on before they got married, they didn't work on.
True. That's a good answer.
I don't know if... I don't know. A lot of people don't think about stuff like this. Like, people that are, like, big on relationships like we are, they do. But some people don't discuss their finances until after they've gotten married. They don't know what their spouse's credit score is. They don't know, like, that they have a bad shopping habit. Like, they don't know, you know, what... They don't know their spouse eat out every day. Hell, some people don't even realize that their spouse don't shower all the goddamn time. Because they don't live with them. They've never, like, been around them for an extended period of time. You know what I mean? Like... Or
they've just never had the conversation. Which... that wild to
so
me.
People get married and then it's like, we're married, we live together full time, our finances are semi-combined. Even if you're not sharing a bank account, like your finances are semi-combined because now you're sharing responsibilities. Maybe, possibly, everybody's situation is different, but you're sharing responsibilities for like rent and food and gas and electricity and these other things.
Maybe you didn't know your person got a secret kid that they pay child support for. Now you're on the hook for it.
That part. But yeah, I personally believe that that's why the first year of marriage is harder. People do not
the growing
communicate well about adult things before they get married because a lot of single people feel like it's nobody's business what certain things in their relationship, certain things about themselves are, even though they're about to go into a marriage.
Yeah.
And then I'll ask you this. We've been together for a long ass time, almost 9 years. Do you believe in the 7-year itch?
Kind of, but not necessarily 7 years. I guess 7 years is like the average of when it starts happening, but I think it could happen at any point in your relationship if you get too comfortable and you're not putting in the effort that you should. Because I don't necessarily think that we've had a 7-year itch, but we've definitely had our moments where there's just like more than likely there's just like so much going on that we can't even focus on our relationship. So it's like we have to put more effort that and energy that we may or may not have into keeping up with us. But I don't think that has to do anything with time. I just think that's more circumstance.
I feel that. I personally don't necessarily believe in the 7-year itch either. I am a firm believer in the fact that relationships, like everything else in life, have ebbs and flows, right?
Yeah.
And I think a lot of the times people don't want to put in the effort into their relationship when there's an ebb. When things are bad, people would much rather just let them spiral out of control than put in the work necessary to get it back on track.
Yeah.
Whether that be having a hard conversation, taking a hard look at yourself, or, you know, whatever the case may be, people don't want to do that. It's just like, this is getting too hard, I'm over it.
Yeah.
And I think that more than anything has a lot to do with the 7-year itch. Because people do not know as much about a person as they think they do.
Mm-hmm.
And then after you kind of gain all that information, you have to decide like how to play it. And I think a lot of the times people are just overwhelmed. A lot of the things that we do in society today, like especially people around our age, is so surface.
Yeah. And instant gratification too. There's a lot of
like
that.
People run it, and hey, y'all already know we are an exception to a lot of rules. But something that I noticed is that everybody feels like they're an exception. Like you can walk out, look at somebody, know that they're your soulmate, marry them 2 months later, and then in a year you trying to figure out how it all went wrong and how you got divorced because you didn't know that person. You did not know that person and they did not know you. Mm-hmm. Like I don't know if I've ever said this on the podcast, but I always tell people like when you're in a relationship, your partner should be getting 100% of you.
Yeah.
And I don't mean like all of your time, right? That's so surface that like if you thought that I meant all of your time, this may not be the podcast for you because you still got some growing to do.
Yeah, just go back a few episodes. Just go back a few.
What I mean is like they should know you. They should know your weaknesses, your strengths, what makes you happy, what makes you sad. Like sometimes maybe you don't like to talk about anything, not because you are feeling a certain type of way, but that's just the type of personality trait you're having at the time. Like they should know you 100%, right? And then your other relationships kind of go down from there. Maybe your friends know you 80%, and maybe your family knows you 60%, and maybe, you know, your boss knows you 10%. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, but people don't get to that 100% mark so that they know if they can handle it. Some people like be married for 40 years
and
only
65.
know each other 60%. Like, how is that even freaking possible? And then like your husband died and you find out that he was sleeping with men for 10 years. For the last 10 years because, you know, his mama made him get married when y'all was 20, but he was gay the whole time. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because you only know somebody 60%.
Yeah.
But you should really know them 100%.
Yeah.
You know? Like, that's just my take on the situation.
And I think you should be really, really close. Like, you should be A+ close 95% or up before you even entertain the idea of getting married. Because
see, I'll give you a B.
Yeah.
If you know somebody 80% and a part of that 80% is bad times, you could probably work through the other 20%.
Yeah, that's true.
If you're open-minded enough to accept whatever that 20% may be. Because, I mean, if the 20% is that they have a secret BDSM kink and you not with it, I don't know what to tell you.
Tie me up, baby.
But you get what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
if you can know somebody 80%, I think a marriage can work.
Yeah.
But if you go into a marriage and you only know 50% of somebody, they've only showed you the happy, and you're not the type of person that can accept the sad, you probably shouldn't be married to them.
What do they say? You should. Is it like go on vacation with someone, see them in a dark moment, see them before you know you can like actually know them?
You have to see people in multiple seasons.
Multiple
seasons of life.
Yeah.
In order to really know if you could spend the rest of your life with them.
Yeah.
And I think that just all these things combined lead to people feeling like, oh, when people get married, they break up.
Doom and gloom.
It has nothing to do with the marriage. Like,
it's the foundation.
The marriage license, the filing, the wedding. Like, if y'all have built a good relationship, all that stuff is trivial. Because the relationship is going to survive the test of time, and marriage is nothing.
Yeah. I think a lot of relationships, a lot of marriages start cracking before with wedding planning. You remember how stressful wedding planning and the wedding and getting everything together was? I think that's the first hump for people, and they can't recover because they don't have a strong enough relationship. Wedding planning is stressful as fuck. So if you're not already good, you will literally start your marriage out at odds. That's save your money.
Yeah, but I mean, you already know. Y'all let us know how y'all feel. Hit us in our DMs.
Do you think?
Comment. Let us know. Like, do y'all think that marriage
dooms a relationship? We don't judge. We're here to talk about it.
Open dialogue.
We are at Wifey and Wifey on Instagram, YouTubes, all the social medias.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it.
Y'all hit us up. Thanks for rocking with us.
Peace.
Stop recording! That didn't work either. I'm gonna figure it out.
Stop recording.
You wanna know? I wonder if they